United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the March 18th meeting of the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Board. We have 3 items on the agenda. Everything is being recorded, both audio and video. Michelle, could you please do the roll?
Ian Brandell? Here. Tim Palmer?
Yes.
Terry Senecal?
Here.
Debbie Blake? Here. James Sherman?
Here.
Elena Tamer, Jay White, and Sarah Kennedy are all excused.
Okay, so we've got 5 members. And no alternate members. All right, so I'm going to ask that anyone who may or may not have conflicts of interest in these projects to please declare it now or at the time that the project comes before us. First agenda item is the Kyberg subdivision. It's a request for a lot line adjustment to convey a 25-foot strip of land to a neighbor to accommodate their existing driveway. No new buildable lots will be created. Whoops, sorry everybody. Yeah. Area variances are required. It's located on Cumberland Head Road with public water and private sewer, zoned R4, tax map parcel number 209.3-1-1-1. Owner is Mary Ann Kyberg-Ledoux Trust. Applicant Alice Talon. Engineer is AES Northeast. We're here for a seeker determination and detailed preliminary plan review. Trevor, this is yours.
Yeah. All right, folks, welcome to hour 1 of what we anticipate to be a 3.5-hour meeting.
No, no.
Here we are, Cumberland Head. Here's the ferry. Looks like it's taken off. Probably left me here, just getting past the booth, and it's gone. So out on Cumberland Head Road, you have Commodore McDonald Highway here, and highlighted in blue is the parcels we're talking about. Just zooming a little bit more, a few structures on the property. We'll be talking about this parcel here. We'll be having some property added along a strip along this edge, and then these will be the remaining lands. It's all zoned R4. And plan that was submitted, they add some colors so I can see a little better. So in blue is the parcel that will have property added to it, so the driveway is fully on that lot. That thin red line is the property that would be added, and so the big dramatic reveal there, that's what would happen. And you know, the project did need a variance because the blue lot still does not have the required frontage in the R4 district, but it's getting closer, so it's more compliant than it was. So in essence, it's improving that lot for the site statistics. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I don't have anything else to.
I have a question. Do you have the variance number?
I do. That was appeal number 2341. Nope, that's the next one. It was appeal number 2340.
Okay, thank you.
Unanimous vote.
Okay.
Is there anyone here to present this project?
I don't believe we have anything to add, Mr. Chairman. I think Trevor did a good job of summing it up.
Do you want me to hit the button again?
Yeah, I like that. Sure, I like that.
We did the project had submitted the seeker part 1. We completed the seeker part 2 EAF short form. Really didn't identify any items of significance, and we had prepared a recommendation for a negative declaration.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused by the guidance that I have here. We do have a public hearing required, but why is there no seeker motion?
My bad. It
Oh.
should be.
Okay.
Keeping you sharp?
I have a 25-12A, and that's all I have.
Okay, it should be an A
Areas
and
in
a
12B.
B. Yep.
Okay, alrighty,
Just-
yep, that makes sense to me. Okay, public hearing is required before we go on with this. So we'll open the public hearing, and assuming there's no one here, since there isn't anyone here, we'll close the public meeting. Okay. Does anyone on the board have any questions or comments about the seeker? None being heard. I'm looking for a motion for 25-12A for the negative deck.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, who motioned?
I did. And
Distracted by the phone number. We don't want to remember.
Ann Brandell,
Yes.
Terry Senecal,
yes.
Debbie Blake,
Yes.
James Sherman,
Yes.
Tim Palmer.
Yes. And now I see the resolution for 25-12B down here below right now.
So
Okay.
moved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Second.
Jim.
Ann Brandell,
Yes.
Terry Senecal,
Yes.
Debbie Blake,
Yes.
James Sherman,
Yes.
Tim Palmer.
Yes. Item number 2, the Ray Malley subdivision request for a lot line adjustment. No new buildable lots will be created. Area variances are required, located on Firehouse Lane, public water and private sewer, zoned R4, tax map parcel number 194.15-1-15 and 194.15-1-16. Owner applicant Susan Raymalley, AES is the engineer. And we were to be here for a secret determination and detailed preliminary plan review, but we are going to table this now. Do you want to do a presentation at all? Anything?
The only thing we should do is open and close the public hearing since it was noticed for a public hearing before the request to table, so
Yep.
we can do that and then move on.
Okay, so public hearing is open, there being no one present to view the public. It's closed. No seeker. Okay, so do you hear a motion to table it?
So moved. Second.
Very good, thank you.
We'll be back next month on that.
Okay.
You're gonna submit that to the, or it's already tabled at the zoning board as well, so just go.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want to speak?
Only
No.
say that at the zoning board meeting last week, there were only 3 members present.
Right.
So the applicant chose to wait until the full board next month.
Right, didn't want to take a chance.
We'll see you next month. Thank you very much.
Understood, thank you for
Have a
coming.
good night.
Do roll call?
All right, item number 3.
Can I do roll call for that
Oh,
one?
yes, please.
Ann Brandell,
Yes.
Terry Senecal,
Yes.
Debbie Blake,
Yes.
James Sherman,
Yes.
Tim Palmer.
Yes, no, I'm not in a hurry at all. All right, well, item number 3 is the Vortex International site plan. It's a request for a change of use of an existing building to a manufacturing and warehouse facility with minor site improvements. Located on Northern Avenue with public water and public sewer, zoned A2, tax map parcel number 233.5-25. Owner applicant Vortex International, engineer is Ada. Secret determination and sketch detail preliminary plan review scheduled for tonight. I'm forgetting who, you have this one? Thank you. Please, Jeff.
So this property is out on the former base. This is Northeast Group if you're familiar with it. Butts up to Northern Ave and they're kind of like back driveway. It apparently used to be the grocery store on the base. So Vortex is a purchase agreement and is working with the county on pilots and incentives to occupy this building for an American location. They're a Canadian company that does like splash pad type of equipment. It's pretty straightforward. They're not planning any major improvements other than just using what's kind of already there and striking some parking. Pretty simple. And we only had one comment, and that comment was basically that if they were to start any type of manufacturing activities there that would trigger the need for an air facilities permit or industrial user permit for our wastewater department, that they would have to come back to the planning board for that expansion of the manufacturing use, but at this time, they really just wanna occupy the building as soon as possible, so that's all we have for this one.
just give a little brief summary. So as you saw in the last picture of the slideshow, there's an existing paved parking area with access off Northern Ave. To accommodate the staff, they'll look to stripe that with some handicap spaces. There's currently the former main entrance to the building is right here under a canopy, and then there's a canopy going to an existing doorway here. This will be closed off and it won't be the main entrance, as they're gonna renovate the front portion for their office area. So the existing sidewalk goes over to another door here, so that will be the main entrance for employees. There's an existing sidewalk that extends and pretty much dies at the corner of the building, and then there's this big parking lot over here. So the proposed site improvement would be extending the sidewalk up to the parking area so that additional parking, employee parking can come in. The anticipate ramping up, but 30 employees is roughly what they're projecting now for the next several years. So we've striped out 30 spaces accordingly. The main service access is off Idaho through the back driveway. There's several loading docks and a concrete ramp that gets up to the building elevation. They'll maintain that for shipping and receiving. And to better use this parking area, this being part of the old base, it's kind of hard to tell what this was originally intended for, but it continues, it looks like, to this property. There is sort of a herd path that vehicles always drove up into this parking area, so they would look to put in a permanent driveway surface there to allow better access to that parking lot. That pretty much summarizes the site use of it. As Jess indicated, they manufacture and sell sprinkler system wash or splash pad type equipment. So they currently are looking to occupy primarily for warehousing and some light assembly. Over time, as this facility establishes, they would look to integrate some more manufacturing processes, which, as we reviewed with Trevor and Jess, may include some painting, powder coating, sandblasting, stuff like that. Should they do that at that time, when they know what they're going to do, we would come back to the board for a renewed site plan approval with the air monitoring and jurisdictional information for that. So that pretty much summarizes the project, and open for any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments?
Just out of curiosity, sprinkler systems, meaning these guys?
No, like recreational, like
Okay.
so the outdoor water splash pads.
No clue what that is.
For a water
Like the Betty
park?
Little Arts Park where they have
Oh.
like fountains and stuff for kids to play in.
Yeah, like
See, I don't go to
clay
those, so I
fountains.
don't know.
Yeah.
And you will soon.
Taking a bathing suit trip with the planning board.
Yeah. There was a little bit of a chicken and egg scenario with this project, in that when we first met with them and they mentioned all the processes that they might do over time, including the powder coating and painting, our conversation slowed a bit, because we immediately got into, well, you're gonna need DEC air registrations and permits, and that process could take months, or, you know, who knows how long. And, but their needs weren't even there yet. They're like, you know, we don't even know exactly what processes we're going to be doing. What we do need to do is get in there and use the building for storage and warehousing and maybe some assembly. So we basically, you know, urged them, well, then don't propose that stuff right now. Come back when it's time to really look at that and review those processes. That way you can start using the facility, you know, in a meaningful way now, in ways that doesn't require those other permits.
So this is recreational stuff as opposed to in-ground irrigation systems?
Basically
Yeah.
playground
Correct.
equipment.
Yeah. Like
Wet
a water.
playground
These are like
equipment.
water park features.
Got it.
Spray jets and colorful play
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
So it's great to have the building used.
Because
Yeah.
when you do in-ground, you don't really need a whole lot of powder coating, you know what I'm saying?
But they, like as Jess alluded, they have a facility in Quebec, so this will be sort of a connection off of their more heavy manufacturing up there for the time being.
Just out of curiosity, what was the condition of the building?
So I walked through, it's kind of funny because you definitely can tell it was a grocery store. You could see the area that's all tiled and recessed, like, oh, that was the butcher shop. And So it still has that appearance from inside, but it looked like whoever the former owner was probably renting it out as storage space, because there was a bunch of shelving units that they were dismantling and taking away, so.
Does it like need a new roof or anything like that too, or is it?
Not that I'm aware of. I think it needs new HVAC equipment, because everything up there is probably not working and hasn't been maintained in 20, 30 years, but I believe they're looking at updating the office spaces and HVAC and some of those things, but I'm not aware of any wholesale changes, especially that would change the outside of the building.
Any other questions or comments? That was a good one. All right. So, public hearing is required. Obviously, there's no one here. So you can just open and close for 1 minute or what. I'm not sure how you legal those, Michelle. All right. And seeker.
The project submitted a secret part 1, staff completed part 2 and 3, and no significant environmental impacts were identified.
Anything from the board regarding the seeker? That being the case, I'm looking for a motion to accept resolution 25-14A.
So moved.
Thank you, James.
Second.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Anne Brandel,
Yes.
Terry Senecal,
Yes.
Debbie Blake,
Yes.
James Sherman,
Yes.
Tim Palmer.
Yes. And assuming there are no, 13A?
No, it's 14.
It's
It is 14.
Okay.
That's 14.
Thank you.
Alrighty. And Michelle, I apologize for, you shouldn't have accepted responsibility on item 1. It's a little bit different, I think, from the usual formatting, but it is, both of them are there.
Okay.
All right, so also looking for a motion to accept resolution 25-14B.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anne Brandel,
Yes.
Terry Senecal,
Yes.
Debbie Blake,
Yes.
James Sherman,
Yes.
Tim Palmer.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
thank you for coming.
Thanks, Mike.
No problem.